San Jose Police Department to talk about our proactive efforts together, regionally as well as here just within the city of San Jose, to deter and apprehend anyone who is involved in any of these smash mob burglaries or robberies that have been occurring throughout the Bay Area. I will note that San Jose is the proud home of several storied rock bands, and while we might kick back to Smash Mouth, we fight back against smash mobs. We are here because we know that this is a time for deliveries. Okay. We're here because we know this time of year, of course, is essential for so many small businesses and retailers who have been struggling mightily through this pandemic, that depend on the shoppers who come out this time of year during the holidays. And we want to ensure that everyone knows that we are doing everything necessary to deter and to address the crime that's occurring throughout the state of California at several retail centers. Today, I'm releasing a proposal for council consideration with several colleagues for investment and technology, including license plate readers and other surveillance technology that will assist us in the arrest and apprehension, as well as the deterrence of several organized crime rings that have been engaged in burglaries and robberies, as we've all read about, but also in auto thefts, and as we just saw earlier this week, drive-by shootings, as we saw on Story Road. We know that with technology, our officers are able to do more, are able to apprehend many who have been involved in these organized criminal efforts, and we want to ensure they have the resources they need. Council will have the opportunity to vote on this proposal on Tuesday. I'm honored to be joined by our District Attorney, Jeff Rosen, who will be talking a bit about the District Attorney's stance toward these kinds of crimes, to ensure that no one is under any illusion that this will be treated lightly here in the city of San Jose or the county of Santa Clara. District Attorney?
Thank you so much, Mr. Mayor. Good afternoon, everyone. The videos of masked gangs brazenly invading stores in the malls where we shop, where our families shop, are scary. Know this: the San Jose Police Department, many of the top brass are behind me, has already made arrests in these retail robberies, these organized crime robberies, and there are more arrests that are coming. The prosecutors in my office have already begun charging these cases. We will charge them to the fullest extent of the law. These are felonies. Some of these are strike offenses. The perpetrators that have been arrested thus far are in custody behind bars, where they will remain. And also know this: my family and I will be shopping this weekend because I know that our police departments are ready, the store security at our malls are ready, and our joint investigations, investigators from all over the Bay Area and all over the state, have already begun to uncover much of who is behind these crimes, how they're operating, and how to arrest them. We're ready. So have a wonderful Thanksgiving. I'm really delighted to live in a county with a terrific mayor that supports law enforcement, and also to be working with a police department like the San Jose Police Department with dedicated men and women that look over and protect us. While we're enjoying time with our families this holiday and Thanksgiving weekend, many of the men and women behind me will be watching over us, as they always do. And for that, I'm grateful. So the short message is that these perpetrators some have been arrested, more will be arrested. They will be brought to justice. They will serve time behind bars. And for those that are thinking of committing these crimes, don't, because you're going to get caught and you're going to go to jail. Thank you. And now it's my pleasure to introduce Assistant Chief Paul Joseph of the San Jose Police Department.
Thank you, DA Rosen. Thank you, Mayor Liccardo. I'd just like to say, actually, it's appropriate that tomorrow is Thanksgiving. Very thankful that we have a mayor supportive of our efforts, supportive of us in the manner of getting us the resources we need to fight this organized retail crime. Very thankful that we have a district attorney who recognizes the severity of what's going on and is willing to take these cases seriously and charge appropriately. And I want to assure the public that we are doing everything possible to both identify and apprehend and assist in the prosecution of those who have already committed crimes here in San Jose, and will continue to work in whatever way we can to deter future thefts. Obviously, what we would like to do most of all is not have to talk about this anymore, and I think that we're on a great path with the collaboration you see here today to let everybody know San Jose and Santa Clara County is not the place to be coming to commit organized retail crime or crime of any kind. So with that, I'd like to turn it back to Mayor Liccardo.
Thank you. Thank you, Chief. As was mentioned, we've got a strong partnership here. I'm really grateful for the District Attorney's leadership in being emphatic that where there are elements of the crime that clearly show that a robbery has happened, not merely a burglary. That is, a robbery meaning using force or threat of force to be able to steal property. It will be charged as such. And that's essential because we know that robbery is a strike. We know that the penalties are much more serious. And this is a district attorney that means it when he says that there will be repercussions. I'd like to offer a few words in Spanish. Para abordar la reciente ola de robos que ocurren en los establecimientos comerciales del área de Bahía, las medidas presupuestarias del Consejo Municipal de San José considerará el martes, el 30 de noviembre, para abordar los robos y robos coordinados por las redes de crimen organizado. Yo he presupuesto $250 mil millones para rendimientos de cámaras de lectura y matrículas y para el almacenamiento de datos y software para permitir que el Departamento de Policía de San José disuelva mejor y realice arrestos en robos y robos armados, robos de automóviles y tiroteos desde vehículos. Estoy agradecido que el fiscal de distrito considerará los cargos de robo, no solamente por los cargos de robo. Okay, we're happy to take any questions, any of us individually. Yes. Well, certainly I'm concerned that anyone might be out there who could be thinking that this is an opportunity, that if others are doing it, they should jump in. And we're making it very clear that if you're doing it in Santa Clara County, you're going to be caught and you're going to be punished.
Sam, this could be for anybody. We're hearing reports that some of the retail thefts are part of a bigger operation, like a nationwide system. Is there a feeling that that's happening here? Are you looking into that? What's going on with that?
So in terms of the organized nature of these retail robberies, certainly we've been in contact with other police departments and district attorney's offices around the state, and there certainly is coordination in terms of these robberies. And you know, what we've seen is that the goods are stolen in one place and sold in another place, and so that's a network that we're in the process of uncovering and taking down. So yes, the goods that are stolen here in the Bay Area are being sold all over the country. I think that it is. These are retail robberies with multiple people involved, often armed, extremely dangerous. And for the two that were arrested so far, the bail was set at $2 million and they're being held in custody. I know that for others that are arrested, we will be asking for them to be detained, or if not detained, the bail to be set extremely high so that they will not get out, because we're concerned that this is a crime of opportunity, and when people get out, they may just try it again. So we're doing everything that we can to keep them in custody and to keep the public safe.
How have state law during the pandemic
So in terms of the state law changes during the pandemic, what's sometimes referred to as zero bail, zero bail does not require a judge to set bail at zero. It's simply what the default is, but the prosecution is still allowed to argue for no bail or for higher bail. And that's what we've been doing on many cases in our county, particularly cases like this that involve organized retail robberies that are quite dangerous. Well, this isn't like 60 Minutes where I'm going to reveal the plan of how we're going to catch the criminals so that they can avoid that. But what I can say generally is that this is not the first time that there have been organized retail robberies in the Bay Area. And between our partners at different law enforcement agencies, we share information. There's a platform called NICRIC where we just met a day ago to share information. And let's just say that hypothetically, when we arrest people, we often learn about who else is involved and how they did things, and that's quite helpful.
Question either for the mayor or maybe Chief Joseph. I'm wondering about resources. We see a lot of the focus on the big shopping malls, Valley Fair, Santana Row. What if I run a jewelry store or something in one of the lesser malls around town? How do I feel like I'm being protected there?
Well, obviously, we want to protect everyone in the city of San Jose, and we'll do the best we can to stretch our resources to do just that. But I think that's why the mayor's commitment to help us leverage technology is so important. That's a force multiplier for us. It allows us to do more, cover more locations, ensure more safety without having to increase the number of officers that we have.
Just a quick follow-up. I mean, is there a parallel with what we see with the side shows? I know that I've been told that the department has to have sort of a plan or a special team to address that. When you come to a mall and there's 40, 50, 60 people, is that sort of the same thing?
Well, are you asking if we have? Well, obviously we have to have some sort of plan to address that. I mean, one of the challenges of this crime is how quickly it occurs. We don't get a whole lot of notice that it's coming, and they're in and out pretty quickly. So it's incumbent upon us to be able to respond to that in a meaningful way, in a way that's safe for the public. You got a question, sir?
I was going to ask you about the resources as well, but maybe specifically because Sam mentioned license plate readers, things like that.
Yes.
Is there a particular kind of technology that's not available now that you're looking into now that would help you with these particular kind of crimes?
Well, I think exactly that. I think the license plate readers are a huge benefit to us, not just for organized retail crime, but for any type of crime. And if you look at many of the other cities around the Bay Area, they are already leveraging this technology, and it's been very effective for them. And it's great that we're going to have that same benefit for ourselves and for the community. I beg your pardon? Well, that's something that we have to look into. Many of the systems are mobile, and we can move them around as needed. Some are fixed, some are mobile. It depends.
Any other questions?
Maybe I should mention, we are currently using license plate reader technology on several units that are mobile. This is an opportunity to provide this much more ubiquitously to the department to ensure that we can apprehend folks who are committing these armed robberies throughout the city. We know that it can happen in a small neighborhood business district just as easily as it can happen at a big mall. We want to be there where it's happening.
Mayor, how much is it going to cost, and where is the money going to come from?
Yeah, I'm proposing an initial investment of $250,000 just for this year, and we'll be using American Recovery Plan Act dollars. That will be coming before the council in just 4 days.
Last question? Go ahead.
Just, are you concerned about copycat kind of crimes and people doing this kind of more spur of the moment or things that look similar to it? And I guess will the punishment be the same?
I think think the short answer is yes, but let me check in with the experts.
Yeah, no, I certainly think one of the concerns are copycats, individuals that see this happen on TV and think that looks great and it looks like everybody got away. And I think that's part of why we're having this press conferences today, is that we want to highlight the individuals that have been caught, and in the coming days and weeks we'll highlight the additional individuals that'll be caught and prosecuted, so that hopefully will deter other individuals. I do think these are crimes of opportunity. They're things that criminals think of as soft targets, and we're trying to send the message and to demonstrate that there will be serious consequences for doing this. You'll spend a lot of time behind bars, and I want people in the community to feel safe in terms of shopping and going about their everyday business. I mean, that's really what law enforcement is trying to do, is for us to think about crimes and criminals so that the good people that live in our community don't have to think about that. It can just go about their daily life concerned about what they're working on and not have to worry about their personal safety or their property safety. And the last thing that I would just say is I just want to emphasize that this work could not be done successfully if it was just the police department, if it was just the mayor's office, if it was just the DA's office. It has to be all of us and the community working together, and we have very good relationships between the DA's office, the mayor's office, and the police departments in our county, which is not the case everywhere else, and it benefits the citizens and residents of our community. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. District Attorney. And I also emphasize, I think we'll be doing some shopping this weekend. Jesus Flores is the head of the Elm Rock Business District. Will be out there encouraging folks to shop local, so I'll be out there with my wife. So we won't be buying as much stuff as I know Jeff will be, because he's got kids. But we're going to be out there and we're going to be shopping, and we encourage others to do so because it is safe, and we're fortunate to have the best police department in the country keeping us safe. Thank you, and happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Thank you very much. If you need any one-on-one, please let me know.
Anybody need anything from the chief before he leaves? No, let me know. Pretty good?